Hello and welcome back to another LEGO review by I'm Bricking It. Before we get into the review, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of them. So today we're going to be reviewing the LEGO IDEAS Flintstones set. This set is the theme of LEGO IDEAS, which I really like because it gives fans a chance to design and publish their own LEGO ideas. It just gives them a bit more of a say on what they like to see. So I'm always supportive of this theme and practically buy every single one. So more about the set. This set retired, came out in 2019 and retired around Christmas time 2020. So you can't get the set anymore. It RRP'd at the price of $54.99 and hasn't really gone up much since. As I said, it's only just retired. So if you wanted to buy the set new, you're looking at around £58, used at around $43. It is number 21316, comes with 748 pieces, and comes in this very nice small box. It's a very colourful set, contains 4 minifigures. Obviously you've got Fred, Wilma, Betty and Barney, who you can see on the top here. And on the back it just shows more detail of the inside of the build, the fact that the roof can come off. You've got the little run-along car, and yeah, it's a really nice build. So let's get on and look at the set. And here's the main part of the set. Here is their stone house. So anyone who's actually interested in the LEGO IDEAS theme, there is a specific website where fans can put up their ideas for publication and votes, and so they have to reach 10,000 public votes for it to then get put forward to LEGO for them to then review a selection of about 20 or 30, I think it's every year, and then they pick a handful of about 10 to release throughout the year, maybe even less than that. But you get some rewards. I think it's about 5 or 10 sets and about 1% of any profit made off of the sales. But I just think it's really cool because it gives fans a chance to put forwards what they'd like to see, made by themselves. So that's always good to see. So more about the house. So it's a really colourful house. You've got this, it's hard to tell in this lighting, but this is a bluish teal coloured door, which I'll push close from the back. You've got two-toned prehistoric plants made from two-tone kind of purple lavender. You've got this really cool looking coconut tree just hanging out on the outside. The coconuts are actually made from medium nougat minifigure heads, so that's really cool to see. And you've got some lovely printed curtains just there. Everything about this set is pre-printed pieces. I don't actually think there are any stickers on this set at all, which is fantastic because if you're like me, you find stickers a bit of a pain to deal with. I particularly like the chimney on the side. I like this dotted effect, kind of almost looks like Lego art or Lego dots, and it's really detailed and textured, and I like it. The roof does come off, which makes it easy for accessibility within, and if we look at the inside, these pieces, as it just did, fly out, which even makes it more accessible. The door is hinged, so you can open it, you can kind of set a scene. It's a bit more of a playable set than a displayable set, but it's LEGO IDEAS, so that's why I got it, and that's why I like it. So we'll look at more of the house now in further detail. So here's the main part of the house, and I've set up a scene where you've got Barney and Betty looking at the TV and watching the TV in shock and horror, and you'll find out why in a second. Behind them is the lovely, again, pre-printed piece of a mammoth bit of artwork, and you've got a nice little couch, a table there, a TV, and some sort of bookcases or cabinets at the back there. Not bookcases, cabinets. But on this TV, obviously designed to look like the stone, as it's in the Stone Age, you have a picture of Dino, as you can see that, or a Dino missing actually, as it's a news piece, and that is supposed to explain why Dino's not in the set. He's missing. I think that's, I wouldn't say kind of poor, I think if a Dino was in this set, it'd be really good, just because it would be complete all the characters, or most of the main characters. But that's why they're in shock and horror, because he's missing, and that is supposed to explain why there wasn't one included in the set. Why there wasn't one included in the set, I don't actually know. Again, I think it's poor, or maybe it's a cost and production piece. That's why, maybe. But yeah, moving on. And there's a lovely telephone here. Great use of pieces, great neat tiny design. There's a croissant piece on the top there. And that's just really cool, really good looking. I just like how they've used that one piece there to look like a phone. On the other side, you've got a little bowling kit, which has a bowling ball and 3 pins, and a very simplistic looking lamp. So yeah, that's all that's on the inside. Let's move on to the other parts of the build. So moving on, and I'm just going to put this lid back on. You see this lid doesn't click on, it kind of just sits on and rests on just like that. So that's quite nice and simple and easy, again for easy access. Another part of the build is this small little letterbox. It's just a very simplistic build. It's got a print on the side saying Flintstone, and a letter on the inside. Very simple, very elegant, but I don't see why it couldn't be attached to the house. That would have been nice to see rather than just standing alone as its individual piece. It looks a bit random, a bit lost in a way. So I would have much preferred to see it attached to the house. But hey ho, still a neat set, or a neat piece. And the other thing we have is the car. Let's move that out of the way. So this is Fred's car. Let's take the rack of ribs off for the time being, and we'll try and take a closer look at that now. And here it is. So I use a pointer as to not get my fingers too much in the way. So yeah, this is Fred's car, as I said. You've got Fred and Wilma sat in it at the moment. It's got seats for all 4 minifigures. There's 2 more in the back. And it's, again, a relatively simplistic build. It's got stone looking wheels at the front and wooden looking strats on the side. You've got these lovely, again, pre-printed log looking pieces on the side there. And for easy access, the roof clicks up and clicks down. So I just broke a back piece, which is probably a negative bit to say, or it came off, which means that this entire roof structure is actually quite weak. If you wanted to move it backwards and forwards, it would probably come off. Oh no, it didn't. That time it worked perfectly fine, but it can be a bit weak on this support on the other side, or whichever one you're not holding. But it's got this nice bit of felt fabric on top, custom made just specifically for this set, so you'll find it in no other set. So that's really neat. And again, it's got another one of these log printed pieces as the steering wheel, which is really cool. Try and angle that a bit more so you can see just there. Oh, I did forget to mention about Fred's car is this bit that comes with on the side. It's supposed to represent, and does represent quite nicely, a large rack of dinosaur ribs, and it's added on the side purely so that you can resemble a tilt on the car, if I can get it to tilt and stay tilted. It's quite difficult to achieve, so I don't know if it manages it very well. Yeah, it's not working. You have to sometimes get it in the right way. It's not going to work for me now. There we go. See, again, so it's quite fiddly. I don't like it as an addition to the set. I don't see the necessary point in it. Maybe I'm missing something from the series. I don't watch every episode or a lot of episodes when I was younger. And I also don't like the fact that it's attached by a very out of place colour-wise looking piece. This piece down here, it's difficult to tell in this lighting, is actually a kind of a violet purple piece. And it doesn't fit in with the brown of the wood, doesn't fit in with the white of the ribs, it just doesn't fit in that colour. It looks rather out of place. So I tend to not have this attached, and just don't necessarily see the point in it, and just have it like that, and I think it looks much nicer like that. So yeah, that's all you get with the set. I say all you get. There's quite a lot going on. It's not repetitive. There's no stickers, so it's relatively easy to assemble. You don't have to faff around with a pair of tweezers to try and apply them perfectly and squarely. They've managed to capture the stone look on the house and like the prehistoric look of the entire build really well, especially with like 2 layered kind of slate piece for the roof there. And I just think it's a really colourful, relatively small, so if you're lacking space, it can fit on the shelf quite nicely. Slightly playable, beautiful displayable piece, and I just really like it. And again, part of that Lego Ideas theme, which is another reason why I got it. So let's take a look at the minifigures now, just a bit closer up. So here are the 4 minifigures you get with the set. In order, you've got Barney, Fred, Betty and Wilma at the end there. They all look really cool. They're all neat, relatively simple, but also effective and accurate to the TV show. You can see that the male figures, Barney and Fred, have this Emmett style hairpiece in yellow and black, and that is unique and only on these minifigures. And again, these minifigures are unique in their own right because there is no other Flintstones set. There is only one type of these minifigures made by Lego, so there's no other clothing or design for them. The only downside is that there is no Dino, which, as I said earlier in this review, and it's a shame because it'd be really cool to complete it and make it rounded if there was a Dino minifigure. The male minifigures, Barney and Fred, don't have a face on the reverse side, and in fact the face on this side, the only thing I don't like about these minifigures is they tried to make this negative space in the middle of the face just there to represent the noses. But I don't think it works out all that well. So if I try and zoom in a bit, you can see on Fred there, there's no colouring in the middle to again represent the nose, and the same with Barney just on the left there. But I don't think that works out all too well. I think that they should have just put a print of the nose in it in any way that they could have, really. But the female minifigures, Betty and Wilma, do have a face on the reverse. So this is the face on the reverse. It's some really unique and strange facial expressions which I've not seen before. You've got what looks like a bewildered or confused Wilma over here, and a very gleeful and happy Betty with her eyes closed and her mouth open there in joy. And that's just a strange but unique and interesting twist. Usually you see like an angry face on one side and a happy face on the other side of a minifigure, but this is a bit different. I've never seen an expression like that. Maybe you have. I haven't. So all in all, this is a really cool, really neat, small, cost-effective, good price per piece set. So if you know anyone that's interested in like Flintstones, this would be a great gift to send them, or even just send them like a heads up if they wanted to get it for themselves. But yeah, easy, no stickers, great colours, fantastic use of pieces, all round love the set. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and send a like or comment on anything you'd like to see. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye for now.